Right, so this is the awkward bit where I just check that it is actually going live, even though I've hit the live button. All right, everybody, welcome to a very special Boostly podcast. The team at the Short Stay Summit gave it a good name called the Mass Cast, so I am running with it. And what we wanted to do, or what I wanted to do, I had the vision of getting as many speakers as possible with me onto a live video. And we'll be talking about the Short Stay Summit. So as you are jumping in, wherever you are jumping in from, because this is going all over. This is not just on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, it is everywhere. And it is obviously going to be recorded and it turned into a Boostly podcast just before the event. But what we wanted to do was to give the event a little bit of awareness, a little bit of a preview. We've got something to give away, which is very cool. So a little prize to be won for those of you that do tune in and take part. But most importantly, it's just to spread a little bit of awareness of the Short Stay Summit, which is happening in London town on the 2nd of April, which is an event that's been running for quite a while now. I've been very, very fortunate to go back. I think this is my 3rd or 4th year coming back to speak. And this year, I had a little bit of hand in organising the session. So I thought, let's see it all come to light. Let's do a little live video. Give a chance for our speakers to showcase their amazing businesses, their amazing brands. Give a little preview of the talk as well. So let's get started and cracking in. We've got other special guests that are going to be jumping in as we go. We've got people who are on the school runs. We've got people doing all of the things. Here comes one as we speak. Mr. Simon Lehman is jumping in. I can see him putting up something in the background. I don't think he even realizes he's live. But hey ho, this is the.
That's perfectly fine.
All right. Okay, everybody. So let's get started then, shall we? So what I like to do is when I've got a guest on the podcast, I hate it when the host says to the guest, so introduce yourself. But at the same time, you know, I'm a busy guy. So I thought, well, let's take it to my lovely AI to go and find a little bit of research of all of our guests. And this is probably one of the most fascinating things that I've done in a long time. I basically plugged your names into Perplexity, which is my AI of choice. And I said, go out into the world of the internet and find to me 3 talking points for each guest. So I'm going to do the introduction for you, and you can tell me if this is correct or if it is false. So we're going to start off with James Varley. James is just to my right. It says here he's the founder of the Holiday Cottage Handbook, which obviously is old news, and James will obviously tell a little bit more about that in a second, which is now going to be called Host Planet. It provides education for short-term rental hosts, offers free resources like an ebook, a blog, and a weekly podcast featuring industry experts. And this is one which I don't know if is true or not, transitioned from long-term rentals to short-term rentals after returning from Australia. Now, James, is AI true or false? Is that all correct?
About 80% of it was true, but the bit about Australia, I'm not sure where it's got that from. I think it probably means Qatar.
Close,
but not
only
100%.
About 12,000 miles or something. But yeah, close enough, I guess. I have been to Australia, but that was a long time ago.
A long time ago. But obviously the Holiday Cottage Handbook is what people will know you for. But give us a super quick little preview of what is happening with Host Planet, please.
Yeah, so we're transitioning at the moment to our new brand. So around the time of the Short Stay Summit, everything will be live. Reason that we're changing to Host Planet is that we've evolved quite a lot from just being an ebook at the start. We're a multimedia platform now. We've got loads of podcasts and ebook downloads available on the website, blog posts. We're hosting our own event now, including one on the 4th of April. So if you're still in London, stick around for that. It's your air success. It's a free event. I know some other people on this call will be there at that, which is fantastic. So yeah, and I think part of the reason that we're rebranding as well is to shorten our name a little bit, make it a little bit more relevant to our audience, and also help our friends in America understand what we do, because our biggest sponsors and collaborators are all based in the States. It's our second biggest audience by far after the UK. So I think having a name which works a little bit better for North America makes sense for us right now. So yeah, that's what we're up to, and I'm in the process at the moment of revamping the whole the whole website, all our social channels, new look and feel for the podcast and everything. So yeah, over the next few weeks, it's pretty exciting as we showcase the new brand.
Amazing. Thank you very much. All right, next up on Perplexity, my AI friend was Simon Lehman. Okay, Simon, are you ready? CEO of AGL Atelier, a top consultancy in the vacation rental industry, former board member of HomeAway before it was acquired by Expedia, and he believes vacation rentals are primarily a human business where tech supports but doesn't replace personal service. Now, is that all true? Oh, hang on a second. He's muted himself. Come on, Mr. Simon Lehman.
It's 100%, Mark. Absolutely. I just tried to be polite, and that's why I muted myself. But that, I have to admit, is 100% correct what AI told you here. I was a board member of HomeAway, and yeah, I believe that technology cannot replace the human capital within the short-term rental industry. And but yes, I lived in Australia. Here is my flag behind me. The reason why that flag is in my office is because my son has just moved to Australia 3 weeks ago. My oldest son, and so we keep that flag in memory of my oldest son who just decided to explore the Australia. So yeah, I'm great. I'm super glad to be here, Mark, and give some more perspective.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, next up, we've got Rose Tipka. Here we go, Rose. So, runs Your Family's Place, a vacation rental business in Ohio's Amish country, achieves 80% direct bookings and a 60% guest rate, which is awesome, and has also created Hosting in the Motherhood, helping other hosts, especially mothers, succeed. Now, is that true? Is AI correct there?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I think it left out what I think is the most exciting thing about me. I'm a mom of 6. And as you can see behind me, I also homeschool my kids. So I have built our company over the last 7-8 years while also growing new human beings and teaching them. And now I get to travel the world and do events like this at the Short Stay Summit. So I think that's a win-win.
Absolutely. So next up, we've got Shivan, CEO of Link-Based Technologies, a platform automating short-term rental operators, reduced the IoT product development cycle from 6 months to 3 days. I haven't got a clue what that means. And then he won first place in a UBCO's quick pitch competition. Now, Shivan, is that correct?
That is 100% correct. But I think some of it is old news, because that is true. We did start from a pitch competition at UBCO that we won, and that was our turning point in making this company. But in that pitch competition, which was only, for like a day, we told ourselves we're going to be building an IoT platform, which changed to automating operations for short-term rentals and making Linkbase into a guest experience platform. So we are a guest experience platform, not an IoT company anymore.
There you go. Thank you for explaining it. And again, Perplexity, you've let us down on that one a little bit, but well done. All right, next up, we've got Madi. We've got Madi from Mount. It says here, Madi from Mount, superstar. So Perplexity obviously likes you, Madi. CEO and founder of Mount, a travel sharing economy platform. Madi started her entrepreneurial journey at the age of 12, inventing a smart bike lock, and has won the Shorty's Rising Star Award in 2023 for her impact in the travel industry. Madi, is that pretty much spot on? I think the superstar is 100% spot on.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that? What have you been working on? What is happening with all things Mount at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, we're just leaning into the content creation side of what is happening around the world and showcasing all these amazing local businesses that offer really unique things to do for your guests. And we just compile that into like a TikTok style landing page for your guests. They can scroll endlessly, see what amazing things there are to do. So that's what we've been up to. And
I've been enjoying watching LinkedIn as you've been entering founder mode. You've been going right back in there and doing doing the sales and doing all that good stuff. So it's been great to see. Okay, last but no means least, Lisa Rhodes. Okay, this is what Perplexity said about you, Lisa. So, scaled her property managed business from 0 to 175 properties in 5 years. Has lived and worked all over the world, including Saudi Arabia, Northern Ireland, Cyprus, and the UK, and specializes in building remote teams with a local presence in short-term rentals. Now, Lisa, how is that for you?
That's 70% accurate. I mean, most of the early stuff was okay, but I left obviously actively being a property manager in 2001 after I sold my business, and subsequently to that moved into consulting and coaching, and I specifically coach women property managers in the short-term rental space now, and also the founder of the women in short-term rentals community.
Amazing stuff. Okay, so the reason why we've brought everybody here today is to talk about the event. So the event is the Short Stay Summit. You can go and find out more by going to shortstaysummit.org. That I've been told that the tickets on Friday, so that should be Friday the 14th of March, will be going up. So the early bird prices end. So if you are watching this or listening to this before Friday the 14th, head on over, go and grab a ticket. Now, this was the year, like I said at the start, where I was very fortunate enough to be asked to be involved in the education. So all of the sessions that you see on stages, I had a very little part to play in what appears on the stages. And it was really cool to see the behind the scenes and the thinking process behind it and how it becomes to what it is. And when they announced the full agenda, it was really cool to see a lovely mix of all the topics and all the big talking points. And I think that what has been put together has been one that I think is, for me, looking at it, is one of the best education panels that you are going to see in the whole industry, in the whole world in 2025. And obviously, everybody that you see here is going to be in stage in some way, shape or form. So I'm just looking at the agenda and I'm going to go down to the first session that I saw on the main stage. So the way that the event works, for those who haven't been, it's a pretty big layout. You've got the main stage, which just as you walk in to the left, there's a huge curtain and it's just behind there. And that's the main stage. And on there, to start off the day, they've managed to got themselves a Man United goalkeeper who is now in the speaking circuit, Richard Hartis. I know that Leo Walton and Damien Sheridan will be very excited about that, being Manchester United fans. But he's going to be talking about building teams. He's going to keynote the session. He's going to kick it off at 10 o'clock. So make sure you're there early for that one. But I've just been looking at the main stage. And Simon, you've got a session. You are going to be hosting a panel on focus on capital investment, how investors spot future winners in the short stay circuit. Can you just please give a little overview of what your panel is going to be about? You've got some pretty impressive speakers up there with you. Can you just tell us a little bit more about what your plans are? Because you are going to be moderating this as far as I'm aware. So what's your plans for this one, please?
Well, I'm getting some truth out of them, I guess, is my biggest objective on this panel. I'm very excited. So it's my third year in a row, excuse me, where I have the honor to moderate the investor panel at STAA, the Short Stay Summit. And I have a huge network in the private equity world and the technology and the property management world. And we've been thinking about, what is, like, the topics are sort of the same, but we try to give perspective to the audience, what makes our space attractive. And we try to pick players that have obviously made quite a bit of noise most recently in the space to be part of that panel. And I had to had a rule when I reached out to all my contacts that we have first invest rest, and I had to cut it at 5 people because I don't like to moderate panels more than 5 people, because otherwise people don't get to speak enough in any shape or form. So this year around, I'm super excited. So in previous years, we had Will Creedon from Alojo, from Australia. We had different type of players, private equity firms. This year, we have an incredible lineup with Graham Donahue from Forge Sykes Cottages, which everybody knows. We talk about the market environment in the UK specifically. They're investing heavily into AI, and we've just seen some recent posts what they've done to improve their picture quality on Forge, which is actually been released today. Then we have Raviv Schwartz from COO from Guesty, who have raised a substantial amount of capital. It's one of the best capitalized PMS platforms in the space. Then we have Saber from Hostaway, who is one of the co-founders with Marcus. Marcus unfortunately won't be in London, so Saber has volunteered to be part of that panel to talk about their recent fundraise of 375 million with General Atlantic, which obviously was one of the biggest fundraise we have seen in the PMS and technology space within the short-term rental industry. Then we have, which is going to be very interesting, especially since the deal hasn't closed yet and we see a lot of publicity on it. We have Steve Schwab from Casago on the panel, and they're still battling the higher offer of DKP, a hedge fund out of New York, who has raised the offer to $5.25 from Casago, from $5.05 on Bacasa. So that's going to be an interesting one, because when that was announced that Casago is acquiring Bacasa, that obviously was huge news to the entire industry, especially the United States. And that Steve Schwab is joining is exceptional. And then last but not least, we have one of the world's largest, if not one of the largest private equity firm, being represented by Danny Williamson from CVC Capital. You know, they used to own brands like Breitling, Formula One, massive brands. They've been very engaged in the space. So far, they have not made any significant acquisitions within the space, but there's still assets out there. We will talk about Aways. We will talk about fundraising within the tech space. We'll talk about consolidation in the industry. We talk about private capital, private equity capital at large. So I don't think I have enough time on my session with my panelists to discuss all the topics we would like to discuss.
Yeah, that is a big one. That is a big one. And please do go get a drink, because that frog in your throat makes me feel painful. So, but yeah, what a session that is. I feel like that is going to be more. We need more than 45 minutes for that one. That is going to be a big one. And yeah, so that the main stage is like the big one. That's where you get tons of big insights. You get the high level view. Having, like you said, Steve and Graham and Vered and Saber and all of the people there on stage is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see Hostaway and Guesty on the same stage. That's definitely for sure. Good job, Marcus isn't here, maybe. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the workshop. Okay, so you've got the main stage over here. That's obviously big discussions. You've got Visit Britain, all those cool things happening. And then just towards the back of the arena, there is a cool workshop stage. And that is where you get a wide range of discussions, lovely panels, and they can talk maybe more to the smaller hosts who are going to be attending, because obviously the Short Stay Summit isn't just for those who are, 100, 200, 300 properties. It speaks to everybody, those who are just getting started in their property journey, and that is where the rest of our esteemed guests are going to be. And again, just scrolling down on the website, again, you can go check it out, shortstaysummit.org. There are some really cool sessions. But the one that I want to talk about first is the one that's happening at 11:20 a.m. Out of all of my suggestions that I gave to the team behind the scenes, this is the one that got picked up. And the title is, Would You Like Fries With That? And the idea is, I didn't come up with the title. The title is amazing, but it's all about upselling. And Madi, this is the one that you are going to be moderating. You have got Laura Muse, who is hopefully once out of the school run is going to join us on stage, who's joining in. You've got Mr. Mike O'Connell, who is the founder of Happy Guest, otherwise known as Seymour Bookings. And we've got Sidi Mattel, who is the co-founder of Why Hungry. So this session is going to be one that is 100% one that I want to be attending. Madi, give us like a little overview, a little sneak peek of what you want to be discussing with your panelists, please.
Yeah, we're taking kind of a hot take approach. If anyone knows me, I like to stir things up and tell it how it is. So the subtitle for our panel is, This is Everything No One Talks About with Upselling. So we're going to dive deep and really get past this whole gold standard of sell whatever you want to your guests, you're going to make a ton of money. And, you know, City, Michael, and Laura are all bringing very interesting perspectives. So we're going to dive deep and really get into it. I'm actually looking at like our breakdown right now. But figuring out like what you should be upselling, because the answer everything is definitely not it. You definitely have a guest avatar, and we're going to dive into what that is, how to set that up, how to create your upsell. We're going to dive into the panel there because they all have different ways of doing it. Something unique about our panel, they're all kind of software. So that's pretty cool. How to implement it. And then really the bulk at the end is how to market them, because it's not just let's set this up in my guidebook and that's going to get my guests buying it. No, you actually do need to market it, and that's what's going to set you apart. So we're going to dive into the social media side of things, how to work with content creators, the UGC style perspective. Maybe you're even going to come on our event April 1st, so you learn how to create your own content. So yeah, we're going to definitely get deep into the upselling world and what that really means.
All right, you have just teased it a little bit there, but can you just give a little breakdown on what you are doing on the 1st of April in London town? You've had a really cool idea. You brought it to the Short Stay Summit team. They ran with it, and I'm excited to see it come to life. Give us a little bit of a breakdown of what it is, and then can you please announce the giveaway and what you've kindly donated to anybody who is tuning in?
Yes, absolutely. So my idea is very much around the premise that learning doesn't just happen in a classroom. Like, you need to go out and experience it firsthand. So on April 1st, we're partnering with some of our local hidden gems in London. Anywhere from, we have a pink bus that drives around and you have tea, to a cheese crawl that's taking you into the best hidden gem cheese shops of London and Mayfair. And so that's just a few. I mean, we're going to have a lot running, but essentially what you're going to do is you're going to join 12 to 15 attendees that have also signed up. And then me or someone from Mount, because we have our global content creator army, is going to be joining you. And we're going to show you exactly how to film and create content about local things to do in your market. We're going to edit them in real time. You're going to walk away with actually a full edited reel with softwares downloaded on your phone, so you can do this at home. You can ask that creator any questions you want as well, because they work with hosts and property managers all the time. And then hopefully you'll go home with all the tools necessary to basically create a ton of content about your local market, what makes it special, because that's what people want to see on social media. They don't need a picture of your bed. They don't need a picture of the kitchen. They want to know what they're going to do when they get there. That's the stuff that goes viral. So we're going to do that. And then each creator actually is going to be posting the video that the group creates on their social media. We're going to see which one goes the most viral. And then we're going to play that one at the conference the next day for everyone else to have mad FOMO, because if you're not on one of the experiences, you're going to be pretty sad you're not there. So what we're doing on this call is Mount is going to be giving away one ticket to go on the experience, because it's not free, but that way the winner will be free. So it's pretty cool.
So that's very cool. So you can win one spot. Now, when are you cutting off where they can put their name down to be part of this? When can people sign up? When do you have to know the latest by, Maddie? What are you sort of looking at here?
I do need people to sign up by Friday, because we're going to finalize the groups. I do need to give the businesses a heads up. They have to organize things. So yeah, I would say sign up by Friday. And then we'll let you know what group you're on and get you the registration. We did partner with Happy Guest on this excursion as well. So they're going to be running all the registrations and everything through their software, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so here's what you need to do. If you would like to find out more about this and just buy a ticket, go to boostly.co.uk/Mount Meetup. I've given you a cool domain because I cannot pronounce that docs.google form that you gave me. So it's boostly.co.uk/Mount Meetup. Takes you to a Google form, fill it in, all the prices are there. But if you would like to win a ticket, you've got until Friday to do so. All you need to do is hit the like button on this video, whatever platform you're tuning in from, comment Mount Meetup, and then share it on your feed. As simple and as easy as that. Those three things, like, comment, share, and I'll put your name into a hat. I'll pick it out on Friday. I'll let Maddie know, and you can be part of it. Simple as that. So Maddie, thank you very much. I'm so looking forward to seeing how this goes. Hi, Laura, joining us in, swigging your Fanta. So yeah, we'll stop the competition and the giveaway on the Friday. It is a lovely, lovely one. All right, Laura, I'm going to come to you in a wee minute, but before we do, we're going to just talk very quickly about Shivan. You are going to be joining me on a panel at 2:30 in the workshop stage. We're going to be talking about the reign and the rise of the robots. Is AI going to replace human connections? So, Shivan, so just very quickly, talk about how you want to bridge this topic. What's your thoughts? How would you like this, the takeaway from this talk to go?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually really excited to be on a panel with you, Mark. I think the last few weeks working with you has been awesome. The way I look at it is it's pretty funny because I think, as I think somebody else was mentioning, I think it was Simon, that technology is never going to replace human connection. I believe AI is also never going to replace human connection, but I think it can definitely help hosts manage that connection a little bit better, and perhaps put slightly less effort in certain things that are monotonous, and really focus on really things. I think, as Maddie was also talking about, on getting experiences out there, and things that actually matter, rather than answering trivial questions like what's the check-in time and other things like that. So we're going to really bridge on how the AI revolution is coming into the hospitality space. What can property management companies look at in the next 6 months, a year, in terms of how it's going to affect their operations? And there are multiple aspects to this as well, because you can use AI for example, your operations, answering questions, answering guest inquiries, or you can actually use it for upselling as well. Maybe some of the marketing that you do could be done through AI, and this is something maybe that panel can talk about there as well. And so there are multiple aspects there. So we're going to try and dive deep into exactly what the role of AI agents are going to be, how that's all going to tie into the hospitality space here.
Yeah, amazing. We're going to be joined by Tovio of Dharma, and we've got Bart of Auto Rank, and we're obviously I've got some surprise little guests lined up as well. It wouldn't be a Boostly panel if we didn't have something cool lined up. So that's going to be at 2:30 p.m. on the workshop stage, and then following straight after is going to be Rose's panel. So Rose, you are going to be with Jessica Gillingham of Abode, who's going to be moderating, and you're going to be having a couple of amazing speakers, and with you, and it's going to be called Living Your Brand. So can you just please, from the discussions that you've had with Jessica, can you just let us know what is in store for your talk? Why should people be coming at 3:10 on a Wednesday to come and check out your talk?
Well, first of all, I'm going to be there, and that's a great reason.
Of course.
But we have a really great panel of folks from different types of businesses. So first of all, we have Stefan from Marriott Homes and Villas, and he's going to be talking about customer loyalty and how Marriott Homes and Villas is using that to get into the vacation rental space. We also have Humphrey from Truvy, and Humphrey is going to be talking about their rebrand of Truvy from Superhog. And then I'm going to be talking about branding for your family's place. So we are a hospitality company, and I have used branding and storytelling to really grow our customer loyalty. And that's why we have such big numbers on repeat guests and folks staying with us year after year.
Amazing. Thank you very much. That's going to be a good one. And then at 3:50, so straight after that, we have James and Lisa's session. So James, you go first if you could, and just let us break down on what your session is going to be about. And then Lisa, if you want to follow after and just say what you're going to bring to the panel and why you're excited for it.
Yeah, sure. So it's called Owner Acquisition and Retention. Our owners, the forgotten community we need to look after. So Lisa will be there on the panel. We've also got Charlotte Owen from Forge, Stroke Sykes Holiday Cottages, and Jamie Miles from Anglesey. So we're going to be talking about the importance of owners in the STR ecosystem. Where does the balance need to be in terms of being owner-centric or guest-centric? Owner churn, what you need to do to retain owners, the importance of managing expectations, Communication, like, it's particularly important now in the UK and globally, but with everything going on in terms of regulation, EPCs, tax change, about everything, and it's so important that management companies help them navigate these waters. How to handle difficult conversations with owners. I think another interesting one that we'll be discussing as well is whether to work with a big national brand like Sykes or a company that's more local, and what the advantages and disadvantages are of working with major brands as opposed to local brands. And also, like, we'll be talking to the panel about the trends that they're seeing this year and what they're expecting for the industry going forward. So yeah, we had a great call recently with Lisa and Charlotte, and then followed up with Jamie afterwards, and everybody's got some great opinions on this subject. So I think it should make for a really lively debate.
Lisa, what would you like to add?
Yeah, I think it's a great topic. It's one I'm very passionate about, having looked after lots and lots of owners for a long period, 18 years. I think one of the things that companies probably struggle with is you start from a small business and you start scaling, which means you've got a lot more owners to manage, a lot more owner expectations to manage. And the one thing I see is probably a lack of communicating the value of your relationship, the value of your partnership, and how you can basically reinforce that communication with your landlords, rather than just sort of send them a statement at the end of the month saying, here's some money. Adding additional value to your partnership with your landlords, because ultimately without their properties you don't have a business. So I think it's going to be a great discussion, and I'm very me and Charlotte and James.
Amazing. Okay, Mr. Simon Lehman, I'm gonna let you bounce, sir. Thank you very much. But we've got to swap people out now, swapping one in, one out. So Simon, I'm looking forward to seeing you. And obviously, if anybody wants to find out any more about
absolutely. Mark, for having me. AJL.atelier.com. So a breakout session at lunch, see you around M&A, which as well, it's by invitation only, so either through LinkedIn or what I do, we talk about what it needs and entering an M&A within the short-term rental. Everybody else for the great shout out, really looking forward. And thank you very much.
amazing. Thank you. Out, and we're going to bring in Mr. Chris Dale.
Perfect. How are we all doing? Yeah, I can't hear any.
I think we may have some sound gremlins.
If you can hear me, that's great, but I can't hear a word anymore.
I hear you, Chris, but I can't hear Mark. He's talking to him.
Why have I gone?
I'm down in Cornwall.
All right, let me just do this. Yes. No. Yes. All right. Cast, but it's all right. Laura, can you hear me now? Like I was saying before, Chris came in. Basically, I said that what I did was I got information that they could find about you online. So, Laura, are you has found out about you? So first, offering luxury holiday lets in the Peak District. Tourism and local businesses. Known for design, baths, and then it even gave me 2 more. And focuses on family-friendly and dog-friendly accommodation. Too much spot on, or is that spot on?
That is spot on.
So thank you very much for joining us. Can you just give a little bit of an overview of what you're going to bring to it, what you're going to talk about for the people that are tuning in?
Yeah, so I'm on a panel this year, which is Would You Like Fries With That, which is obviously about upsells, services and shopping. So I'm quite new to the industry. I've only been in the industry for 3 years, and starting from literally knowing nothing to where I am now. We've built a multi-award winning business in the Peak District, and we're more than a head on a bed. We're an experience, we're a feeling, and I feel like that's what I'm really going to bring to the panel, is how to transform your business from just somewhere to stay to somewhere that creates a memory and a feeling for a guest, that then on the back of that you get rebooks year after year, month after month. So, you know, some of our guests now are on the 9th and 10th stay, which to say that we've only been open for 3 years, I think is pretty amazing. And yeah, just how you can create multiple streams of income from your business, because as we all know, it's a difficult industry to be in, and you do have to create multiple streams of income. And our upsell or signature experiences, as we like to call it, is a solid revenue stream for our business.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much for that, and we are looking forward to it and seeing you. And we've got another special guest has jumped in. Terry, hope you are doing well. Can you just test your microphone, please?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So
Awesome.
as we are doing with this session, speakers are coming and going. If Rose, I can see you've got a little human behind you. If you need to bounce, by all means, do not be worried to do so. But Terry, if you could just please just give a little introduction to your good self. And then what we're going to do is just talk about your talk, because you've got one of the earlier slots in the agenda. You're going to be talking, I think it's at 10:15 a.m. with Mr. Justin Ford. So can you just please introduce yourself first and foremost, and then just talk a little bit about your session?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Terry Lee Hewless, creator and owner of Found Home Co. We are one of the premier STR design and install firms here in the US. We will be talking with Justin Ford. Our segment is titled Stylishly Safe, how to combine design and safety to protect your guests, but also your brand. Justin will be handling most of the safety stuff. We'll just be talking about how we incorporate it into our designs. And then we'll be sharing some fun tricks and tips.
Amazing. So can you tell me a little bit more about where you are in the world and what you like to talk about? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what ChatGPT told me about you and your business.
Yeah, actually, I'm sitting in Phoenix right now. We got to speak at a short-term rental summit, Level Up Your Listing. But I'm based out of Colorado and Florida. Those are our primary markets, but we do operate nationwide. So wherever there's STRs, we can help with the design.
So this is what ChatGPT told me, and I want to find out more about Level Up Your Listing in a second. So
Sure.
Founder of Found Home Co., a short-term rental interior design firm, has renovated over 60 vacation rental properties, optimizing them for bookings, completes high-end short-term rental projects in just 4 weeks. Is that right? Is ChatGPT correct there? Oh, hang on a second. Did you hear any of that, Terry? Or am I just speaking to myself again? Uh-oh.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Can Terry hear me? Going once, going twice. Okay. I think we're going to have to say there that the internet has got the better of us today. It said, no more of talking about the Short Stay Summit. So let me do this. I'm going to come to here. I don't know why I'm on this one screen, but here I am. I just want to say, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in there. We've managed to delve into lots. And what I'm going to do just before we finish, I'm just going to do a little recap, and I'm going to share my screen. And hopefully this works. So this is going to be where you need to go. You need to go to shortstaysummit.org. Head over there. The ticket prices are going up on Friday. So please make sure that you go and check it out. As you can see on the agenda, we are packed. Main stage, workshop stage, and as Simon very kindly mentioned just before he left, there's going to be roundtables as well. There is something for everybody, including the brand new for 2025, 5 in 10 knowledge check-in sessions. So 5 tips, 10 minutes. 5 tips, 10 minutes. This is a really cool idea. You can go and find them anytime throughout the day. Verbo, Key Data, Abode, Visit England, Guesty, they're going to be scattered around the main hall. Like I say, I've been very lucky to be doing this show now for a couple of years, and this is one I'm really looking forward to. Catch up with a lot of people from the industry, meet a lot of new people. And if you are part of Boostly, Team Boostly, please do come up and say hi. And make sure you get to the sessions early, because there are a lot of people that attend this event, and you'll be amazed at how quickly these stages fill up. So get yourself in, make sure you attend, and make sure that you actually get involved and chat and network and do all those cool things, because the worst thing that you can do in an event is just rock up, get your laptop out and sit down at a table and speak to nobody. With all that being said, thank you very much for everybody that has tuned in with us. Apologies to anybody whose connections cut out. Chris over in Cornwall, Terry over in Arizona at Level Up Your Listing. If you want to go find out more about the speakers, they're all on LinkedIn. Go and say hi, and I look forward to seeing you all in a few weeks. Don't forget, if you want to win that Mount Meetup, the Content Creation Day, which sounds phenomenal, all you need to do is like this video, comment the word Mount Meetup as Paul Anderson, as very kindly done, and then share it on your feeds. You've got a deadline until Friday the 14th of March, and now I've got to go because I can hear my kids absolutely storming through the door.